alluded to, Wigan away was the ultimate test in this country. How will you approach that one?
Well, as you know, everyone says to me, you're going to Wigan, you know, I hope you do well up there, you know, if you can just stay within so many points and all this sort of thing to me. Well, you know, we're going up there and our guns are definitely going to be loaded. We're not going up there with no shells in them. Every time I participated, either as a player or a coach, I'm confident my side can come up with a result, and I'll be going to Wigan no other way. And I can assure you the players will be up there full of confidence that they can come up with a result against them as well.
And a warm welcome to what is one of the meccas of rugby league, Central Park here in Wigan, for a long-awaited clash between Wigan and Hull FC at the start of this season. Second league game for Hull after the win against Bradford last week. Wigan too very convincing in their 48-6 victory over Sheffield last Friday evening. Before we say anything more about today's game though, we're going to have a word with Mike Smith, the A-team coach. Before we do that, let's run through the tries from Friday's excellent victory at the Boulevard. very impressive victory. It's great to have a win over Wigan at any level. It's a very rare thing, but to do it so convincingly, you must be very, very pleased.
I was very pleased with the lads and the way they performed on the day, but one win doesn't make a season, and we've just got to build on that and carry on the way we're going. Who
stood out on Friday?
Well, nobody in particular stood out. I was particularly satisfied with our defence. First 20 minutes we had a few lapses in the way we played, but then we seemed to tighten up, and I was very happy with that because, as you know, Wigan can score from anywhere, but once we overcame that and got amongst them, they spread the ball up a bit, and we was just there, and we was capable of stopping them. And we just fed from their mistakes and scored a few points.
I've heard some very favourable comments about Hull's fitness levels on Friday, because certainly it was a second half blitz that tore Wigan away.
Yes, we've done a lot of work during the pre-season training, and it seems to be paying dividends at the moment, but we're still getting there. We still could do with that little bit of sharpness, I think.
Now you've come over to Hull, over the city, after many years at Hull Kingston Rovers. How are you finding the transition?
I'm finding it an easy transition, really. I've been welcomed with open arms with the directors, fans and players. Everybody's been really helpful towards me, and I just hope I can do a job for the club.
What about the transition from player, because you were playing into last season, to coach? Have you found that equally easy?
Well, there are a few things, sometimes you're dying to get back on the field and put your boots on and give the lads a hand, but of course, it's impossible really. As a coach, I think you really have got to do it from the touchline, and hopefully with the proper coaching the lads will come on well.
Well, you've made that decision to stop playing, and you're obviously going to stick to that now.
Yes, I've made that decision. The old bones are starting to creak a little bit, so I've just set my stall up to do a job in coaching.
Well, we start to look at today's game. It's obviously a very tough task. Wigan, especially here at Central Park, very formidable. They're certainly the best club over the last few years in England, arguably in the world. How do you go about approaching today's game?
Well, first of all, you've got to be very professional in the way you set out to do the job. I think, really, working away from home or any game, you've got to get your defensive pattern right, and if we work to our game plans, we should be going all right.
Royce expressed satisfaction but not delight at last week's performance over Bradford. How did you see that game?
Well, there were a few teething troubles with our play the balls and things like that, silly little things that we hope to sharpen up, and hopefully they'll come to fruition today.
Defensive effort was fairly strong though, wasn't it?
Defensively, Hull have always been a good side over the last couple of seasons, but it's their attacking play that we're trying to just sharpen that up a little bit. We're trying to get people a little bit deeper and coming onto the ball a lot more.
Looking at the Wigan side, they're a great side of talent. Of course, so many internationals, so many players went on tour. But who would you, if you were asked really to pick out one or two players who you think are absolutely vital to them, who would you say they were?
I would say probably Dean Bell and probably Sean Edwards at this present moment in time. I mean, they can swap the forwards about higgledy-piggledy or whatever, and they all seem to come up with the goods, but as for playmakers and things like that and a general on the field, Dean Bell keeps them together.
It looks as if they made a good signing in Martin Crompton from Warrington. He seems to have slotted in very well at scrum half.
Yes, well, Martin's a good player. He's been a good player at Warrington, and he's come into a good side, put it that way, and hopefully we can control them today.
So plenty of hope in the whole camp and a confidence that we can do the business.
Oh yes, because it's on the day. I mean, it's 13 against 13 on the day. Names don't mean a thing when it comes to the game. It's what happens on that football field.
It's important, isn't it, not to be intimidated by the name of Wigan?
Well, it's just like going to Manchester United in a football type of situation. But we're not intimidated at all. We just want to go out there and give it a good shot.
Mike, best of luck today, and congratulations, a good start with the A-team, and long may it continue.
Cheers, thank you very much.
And now I have with me here Dennis Betts, who, fortunately from a Hull point of view, isn't playing this afternoon. Dennis, you've had an enormous long run of games in a very physical game, rugby league, and playing in the pack there. 90 consecutive games, is it you're telling me? But it's come to an end today. What's the problem?
At the moment, I am hurting all over, really. It's just, like I say, it's been a long couple of years, really. I played a lot of football, and everything's just got on top of me. I've got a slight strain in my hamstring. I could have possibly played, but if I would have played and made it worse, I was out for 6 weeks. And hopefully I'll be pushing for a World Cup place as well, and to take a risk of being out for such a long time, it just wasn't worth it. And John told me it'd be worth me on a rest anyway. And to finish off this, people are just talking about how many games I've played on the trot. Finish it off today and then just start again and try and get another 90, he said.
You've obviously played 90 games on the trot for Wigan, but an enormous number of games for Great Britain on tour as well. So that must have been an exhilarating experience on tour, but also an exhausting one.
Oh, it was great to be part of a Lions touring team that went to Australia. We had our ups and we had our downs, as most tour parties do. It was a great experience for me, and hopefully we can reverse the roles when we play Australia in October. But I learned a lot from it, and it was a great experience.
You know, that World Cup final is getting nearer week by week. Players must be really looking forward to that, a chance of revenge, and of course with the confidence of knowing that we've defeated the Aussies at Wembley within the last 2 years in any case.
Oh yeah, that'll help our confidence. Also, that the tour has helped a lot of people's confidence with the way that they look at the way Australians play. We know that they can be beat. They're not invincible anymore. They're just players the same as we are, and on the day they can be beat. So that's helped a lot of the lads that went on tour, their confidence. And Wembley to us is like there's going to be maybe 80,000 people there screaming mostly for Great Britain. So we're going to have all them kind of people behind us. So if I'm selected, it'll be one of the highlights of my career, hopefully.
It's going to be a great showcase for the game, isn't it? We've got to fill Wembley for this one.
Oh, definitely. I hear that sales are going really well, and I don't think that they'll have any trouble of getting it to capacity and showing off that rugby league really is a great spectator sport.
Sure. Now, looking at Wigan's domestic season, I mean, you've won everything over the last few seasons, 5 Challenge Cups, 3 championships in a row, capped it with the Premiership last year. How do the players keep going? Because surely there isn't that hunger to prove yourself and win the trophies that there's been in the past. How do you keep that commitment?
Well, I wouldn't know about that. Like, what's gone has gone. We've won nothing this year. We've started off with exactly the same points as everybody else, and people are pegging us as favourites, but we're all neck and neck at the moment. Like, there's a long way to go. Like, the season's only 1 game old, but we've won nothing up to now. And if we just rest on our laurels and think, oh well, we deserve to win it because we was last year's champions, then it doesn't work like that. We've got to strive forward and hopefully go on to be the champions this year by some great commitment by the lads and just the will to win.
Now, if we look at today's game, Hull obviously here as the opposition. How do you regard Hull as a side?
Hull are a very, very good side. Last season they started really well, and the season before they did the same. And although I think they've had 1 loss at the moment, they're a side that usually starts off really well. So coming to Wigan early on in the season is going to make it a great game. They reckon that most of the Yorkshire sides don't travel well, but when you're only 2-3 weeks into the season, you're still enthusiastic, you still want to play, you want to get the match fitness, you're willing to, you're not bothered where you go. So it should be a great game today.
What strengths in the whole side will John Money have picked out, and perhaps what weaknesses?
Oh well, we'll be just between to our basic game plan of not making any mistakes, because like with Paul Eastwood, who can kick goals from anywhere really, like if we give stupid penalties away around in our half, he's going to make and turn them into points. But Hull's usual strength comes in their forwards, so we've got to try and lay the foundations with our forwards by getting on top and let the backs do the rest.
Well, Dennis, from a Hull point of view, we can't wish Wigan all the best of luck this afternoon, but I wish you well, come back from injury soon, and let's beat those Australians at Wembley in October.
I hope so.
Cheers.
And a very sizable Hull contingent have made their way over here into Lancashire for this First Division match, the second of the season. Wigan taking the field, a very good crowd here at Central Park. Wigan need big crowds to finance their considerable expenditure, players' contracts and the like. And we have a look at the 2 sides today. Let's have a look at the Hull side first. Richard Gaze at fullback, on the wings Paul Eastwood and Andrew Mighty, Gary Nolan and Ian Stevens in the centres. Scott Gale, welcome back to Scott Gale, back at the club after 4 years, who's flown in from Canberra this week. At standoff, Rob Nolan at scrum half. In the pack, Andy Dannett, Lee Jackson and Mark Jones, Steve McNamara, Russ Walker and John Sharp. And the substitutes, Craig O'Donnell did so well his debut last week against Bradford, and Dean Busby. Ian Marlowe is injured and out of the side. The Wigan side, well, a couple of injuries here. Dennis Betts, who we've already talked to, obviously out of the game. So too is Phil Clark, who received quite bad concussion at Sheffield last week, but they've still got a very formidable lineup. Steve Hampson, a full-back, Jason Robinson, a youngster on one wing, Martin Offiah, the incomparable Martin Offiah on the other, Dean Bell and Joe Lydon, a very solid centre combination. Sean Edwards and new signing Martin Compton, half-back, Kelvin Skerritt, Mike Cassidy, Ian Lucas rather at 8, Mike Cassidy, Kelvin Skerritt. At 11 we've got Andy Platt, who's moved back from the front row, with Billy McGinty and Sam Panaper moved in from the wing to loose forward. Their substitutes today, Andre Stoop and Mike Forshaw. Referee Mr. Colin Morris from Huddersfield. A fine sunny day here in Lancashire, and the overnight rain has disappeared to leave the ground bathing in sunshine and conditions absolutely perfect. Brian Holwell here with me. The toughest away fixture of the season, undoubtedly this one. Wigan in great form last week in defeating Sheffield. Hull 2 starting with a win. Is there any way Hull can win the game?
I suppose really they've got to out Wigan. I think by that we mean we've got to defend as strongly as Wigan always do. And even more than that, I think control the ball, Steve. I think Wigan is certainly the best side in English rugby league in ball control, and most games you see them, they seem to be in possession of the ball for 2/3 of the time. So it's about not making mistakes, and certainly not about missing tackles. Rob Nolan to kick off. Hull are kicking into a wind, quite a brisk breeze. Strong run there by Panaper to Skerritt. Mark Jones comes across. Rob Nolan finishes him off. Andy Platt. Good tackle there by Dannett. Very good tackle, Dannett and Jones. So Mr. Morris is in there. Penalises Andy Dannett for holding down. Spoiled his good work there, Andy, because that was a terrific tackle. Ladd makes a good 30 yards for this penalty kick. Cassidy in for Martin Dermott. Lucas bang down. Tremendous tackle there by Jones. Platt, forward pass. No, it's penalised. It's penalised Ian Lucas. Paul Eastwood kicking to our side. It's a good 20 yards. Lee Jackson to Dannett. Dannett runs at McGinty. Miss move again in Mark Jones. Good strong run by Jones. Sharp. Another good 5 yards. And McNamara. High tackler by Kelvin Skerritt, right in front of referee Morris. I don't think he can complain about that. I imagine Paul Eastwood will kick at goal. He's just 40 yards out. Pretty straight. We've just been playing for 2 minutes. It's like Mike Dixon bringing on the sand. Mike Dixon had a very good game in the A-team win on Friday night against Wigan. Quite a good start by Hull. Eastwood. Important to get off to a good start. Just slides past the right-hand post. Lydon. Long drop kick down to Richard Gay. Good run by Gay. Jones runs up Platt. Platt drives him back. McGinty's help. Russ Walker. He really take the ball on the bump, then had to wait for it. John Sharp coming blind. No, he isn't. It's Andy Danick going open side. Ball back to Rob Nolan. Puts it into the corner. Oh, well picked up there. A good tackling though by Hull. A fire. Put down by Jackson and Walker. Robinson. Only a young lad. He's from the Leeds area actually. Very quick. Offside against Hull. I think Jason Robinson actually, Steve's a half-back rather than a winger. But even though he's only a youngster, he's still a teenager, he certainly builds up a reputation for his pace and his tries scoring exploits.
So Wigan with a great attacking position. Edwards dropping off McGinty. Plays some 28 yards or so from the Hull line. Crompton, Edwards, Hanaper playing it loose forward. Good tackling by Rob Nolan and Scott Gale. Wigan come to the right through Platt. He's almost up to the 20-metre. Crompton, Edwards, run around play. Bell coming into the play. Skerrett. Pass goes forward and picked up by Hull in any case. But those two Wigan half-backs working well in combination there. Mark Jones bringing it away, and this is where Wigan are so strong. 3-4 men in the tackle. They defend the advantage line so strongly. So hard to bring the ball away from your own area. Steve McNamara almost up to 20 metres. Lee Jackson acting half-back. Brings in Andy Dannett. And he makes 4 or 5 yards forward. Tackled by Lucas. Walker. Again meeting that solid wall of tacklers. But last tackle against Hull. Should go back to Rob Nolan for the kick. Mark Jones was the blocker there, but the Wigan players seem to run into him. The Wigan crowd appealing for a penalty. Gary Nolan, meanwhile, makes a good tackle on Hampson just short of halfway. But Wigan, 5 to go on the half. Afire kicks through, but straight into touch. Bad error by Martin Afire only on the second tackle. Fancied his chances, I think, against the Hull backs, but the execution of the kick really quite poor. So it's a Hull put-in at this scrum. 3 yards inside their own half. Wigan ball comes out on the Wigan side. The referee insists on having the scrum again. Good ball to Gale. Richard Gay brought into the line. Richard Gay, little step. Short of halfway. Jackson acting halfback. Nolan. Good run by Nolan. Good ball to Stevens. Shows the ball and takes play to within 32 yards of the Wigan line. John Sharp looking for the inside runner, but none had come this time. Andy Dannett coming 30 yards away now. Nolan on the switch. So support was slow to come to him. Gale goes for the bomb. What sort of chase have Hull got on this? It's a very high kick. Oh, that's good play by Steve Hampson. Probably about the best fullback in the country in the high ball. Also, Brian, he got plenty of protection there.
Yeah, he did, and it was, I mean, he said that was a brilliant kick by Gale. It seems to be in the air for hours, Steve. But yeah, he certainly took it well. Knock on there. Referee blew a bit quickly because it was Hull's advantage. Very good kick, good chase, but as you said, Steve Hampson rock solid underneath the high ball. Rob Nolan to feed. Penalty to Hull. I could tell the Wigan team to back off, and they didn't. Paul Eastwood try to put this one into the corner. Just takes Hull in 10 yards of the Wigan line. Dannett. Jackson. Walker. Rob Nolan. Oh, that inside ball to McNamara. Well read by Cassidy. Hull going right. And Morris again is penalised Hull this time for not playing the ball properly. Don't often get 2 penalties for that in the first 10 minutes of the game, but nonetheless it was quite right. Larden to relieve the pressure. Not a very good kick by Larden. Makes about 15 yards for Wigan. Cassidy. Oh, loses the ball. Lucas loses the ball there. Jones. Well, half-beat Skerritt tackle, but finished off by Cassidy. Andy Dannett. Walker. Jackson. Ooh. Lost the ball. Sean Edwards picks it. It must have knocked on. It appeals to his touch judge who gives the decision. It'll be Wigan's heading ball for the first knock on. Robinson. Oh, good tackle by McNamara. Andy Platt. Oh, good tackle by McNamara again. Oh, Stevens puts Cassidy down. McGinty loses the ball. Drops to Andy Dannett. To Sharp. Scott Gale. Nolan straightens up. Oh, that looks like a high tackle from Edwards. Again, right in front of the referee. Dean Bell complaining. Silly, because it was pretty obvious from up here in the commentary box. Sean Edwards hung his hand out there. Dean Bell being talked to by referee Morris. Certainly referees are allowed to, captains are allowed to speak to referees, but that's the second time he's had a go at Morris, Steve.
It's a question of how they speak to them, aren't there? There seemed to be no doubt about the penalty. There was clear contact with Gary Nolan's head by Sean Edwards, and of course under the new reinforced ruling, any contact with the head is deemed illegal, and that was a clear penalty. And it gives Paul Eastwood his second opportunity now from a pretty simple position. Now, Paul's goal kicking last week against Bradford was absolutely perfect, 6 from 6. A lot of difficult angles in that. Brian, as Paul is ready for this kick, it's been a pretty good start by Hull. Wigan have made an uncharacteristic number of errors in the forwards, dropped balls, but Hull have worked their yards well. There's been plenty of variety at the rucks, and so far so good.
Yeah, I think, this opening parts of the game we've certainly had the best of it, Steve. So we just saw McGinty make a mistake there. Lucas has dropped the ball, Skerritt's dropped the ball, and we've been pretty safe, as you say. Paul Eastwood then. Sean Edwards walking about, the referee's telling him to stand still. Oh, Eastwood misses that one. He seemed to be far too casual. And the Wigan crowd certainly let him know about the miss. A most uncharacteristic Eastwood miss. Good long drop by Larden, down to Eastwood. Runs it out. Put down by Edwards and Paniper. Mike Jones. John Sharp. McNamara. Oh, good half break by Steve McNamara, but nobody outside him. John Sharp again. Into Steve. Nice short ball to Stevens in the gap. Nolan kicks for the corner again. I don't think it's going to go dead. The Fire have to bring it into the field of play. He does. Beats one man, but Scott Gale puts him down. Nice tackle by Gale. Hampson. Fire again. To Robinson, who's come off the wing. Nice tackle there by Jones. They'll let him up. A little knock on at Axon half back. Another unforced error. Hull's head and ball.
It's not an unforced error, Brian, but I think Hull's defensive line is coming up very quickly and putting pressure on the Wiggins. As you say, at the moment, out-Wiganing Wigan in a sense. John Sharp's ball from the scrum, looking for that blindside move when Nolan goes across to make the extra man, but Wigan read it very well. Mark Jones finding a bit of space, but tackled by McGinty and Lydon. McNamara. That's a really solid hard tackle by 3 Wigan forwards. Jackson out to the right, Walker, run around ball, knocked on by Crompton. Looking for the intercept. And the scrum will go down with another Hull head and ball. Hull's defence so far, Brian, been very good.
Yeah, been absolutely rock solid. Chance to put more pressure on Wigan. Nolan, Gale, Nolan did well to hold on to the ball then, nothing on outside him. Dannett taking it in again, runs at Sean Edwards and knocks him out the way. Cassidy comes in and finishes Dandy off. McNamara to Jackson. Nice play by the Hull forwards. Jones. Big run by Jones. Rob Nolan. Oh, drop off to Scott Gale. Jackson. High kick to the wing. Robinson's waiting for it and Orn catches it. Oh, nice tackle there by Rob Nolan and McNamara. McGinty. Oh, passes it to nobody. Huller in quickly on Cassidy. But very disorganised Wigan then. Crompton. Ian Lucas waiting to take it up. He does. Good tackle by Dannett. Walker. Dannett's made a very solid opening to this game. It's very good indeed. Good tackle by Lee Jackson down below on Platt. To Crompton. He'll kick. He does. A little bit short. Pretty easy for Richard Gay. Really kick to nothing. Richard Gay tries to sidestep. He's tackled. Mighty runs off. Well, at the moment, good control over the ball, Steve. Nolan. Second drop off to John Sharp. Was tackled by Andy Platt very solidly. Could hear it up here. Lee Jackson to Nolan. To McNamara. It's Nolan again. It's Gay. Stevens loses the ball. A hard tackle by Dean Bell. And Robinson picks it up. Panaper. Tackled by Gary Nolan. Skerritt. Oh, knocks Stevens out the way. Fortunately, McNamara and Mighty wrap him up. Sean Edwards. McGinty. But tackling again by Hull in the middle of the field. Crompton, Edwards, little run around to Andy Platt. Well read though. In fact, he'd been better off missing Platt out because Hull had read the situation well. Crompton, little kick over the top. Bounces well for him, but well picked up by Richard Gay. Well, tackled by Edwards and Lydon. The ball seemed to ball well for Crompton, but Richard Gay got there first. Matt Jones. Good run by Jones. Valuable 5 yards. Dannett. To Gale. To Stevens. Stevens goes. Oh, nice play by Stevens. Mighty. Lee Jackson. Oh, just too adventurous the last pass. Good football by Hull though. Good backing up. Enterprising play. Pity that the ball to Scott Gale was just a little bit too high. Cassidy pulled on man McNamara. Robinson, Crompton, McGinty. Oh, well wrapped up there. Walker and Jones. Panaper going left to Leiden. Oh, good. Russ Walker in the clear. He's got Panaper, ain't got the pace to get past Panaper. But a good 30 yards by Russ Walker. Pulled. Yeah, it is a penalty for Hull. But it seems quite a fair penalty from where we were.
Well, the tackle was completed, so that extra Wigan man coming in certainly dislodged the ball. Whether he touched it or not, the tackle was completed. And touch judge on the far side, Ray Duckworth, absolutely right. So another great attacking position for Hull. Wigan making an uncharacteristic number of errors. And Lee Jackson restarts play 10 yards from the line. Oh, a penalty against Wigan, front of the post. But Rob Nolan thinking about the quick one, but you've got to settle down, take the penalty, take the 2 points.
I am surprised at that, because the last penalty in a similar situation, Steve, Sean Edwards was offside. Referee didn't take any notice. Maybe it wasn't signalled by the toucher, but it was certainly offside. He was offside there again. Because the Wigan team were actually on their own line. Hull were taking the 10 yards out, and Sean Edwards was clearly 2 yards in front of the line. Well, Paul Eastwood certainly should kick this one. I know we said that one about the last one. We've just been playing just 20 minutes. It's important that Wigan were looking dangerous down that left-hand side. But all playing with bags of confidence. That's what strikes me about the game so far. Certainly not overawed by Wigan or the occasion. Playing with lots of confidence. Paul Eastwood, third attempt. Crowd booing, as you might expect. Gets this one. So we've been playing, 20 minutes? Or 21 minutes come up on the electronic clock in the corner of the ground. Wigan 0, Hull 2. I think Wigan have got some work to do, Steve, because Hull are certainly value for the lead.
Really, in truth, that lead should be a bit more, really, this stage. Hull territorially have had a lot of the game, much in the Wigan half and some in the Wigan 20-metre area, as Hampson kicks off. Goes through Nolan's legs, but he comes to collect it. Mark Jones to return it. Mark Jones has run very well today so far. Considerable physical presence in the front row with Jones and Dannett, two huge props. That's where Wigan often steamroll the sides. Andy Dannett makes a very strong tackle by McGinty, which dislodges the ball. So here's great attacking position for Wigan coming up. A scrum some 15 yards from the Hull line. Compton to feed. Wigan's ball. Edwards run around play with Bell. Edwards looking to find Robinson on the inside. Robinson finds some space. Goes through Sharp, goes through Jones and scores under the post. Well, a great individual try. I'll tell you what, Brian, this boy might just be a teenager, but what talent we're seeing here.
Well, we said that he'd made a tremendous impression already in academy and 18 games, and his pace is really phenomenal. There was just nothing on when he got the ball, but he just left. And after all that good work, we found ourselves behind. An easy conversion attempt for Leiden. He kicks it. So we've been playing, 23 minutes? It's Hull 2, Wigan 6. Really an amazing try. There was just suggestion of half a gap. He just accelerated away. As the Hull defenders came across, he just went inside, outside. Brilliant poise and balance. And beat Mark Jones's late despairing dive. What a try.
John Sharp, who was beaten first time, we know is a great tackler. John was in the right place covering, but he couldn't lay a hand on him, could he? Well, that was a great try. But it came from the knock-on in Hull's own area. Now they've got to settle down now and keep playing the way they were with plenty of confidence. Hold Wigan inside their own territory. Look to work their way back to good field position. Panepa wiggles out of a couple of tackles. Good, solid professional player, Sam Panepa. I know in the press this week, John Money was saying that he was a player that Wigan might have offloaded, but he pointed out to the directors that he was a very reliable man. Here's a break by Lucas, who's got a fire with him. A fire gets through, does he? No, it's half tackle. Lucas in possession. Gets it away to Platt. Move still going by Wigan. Eastwood on Platt, makes the tackle. Edwards, Wigan on a roll here. Lydon. Good tackle by Steve McNamara. Wigan 20 yards out. Fire in midfield, tries a drop goal. Oh, well, I think we've seen a first there. A Martin Offiah left leg drop goal, Brian.
Yeah, very good one. It was planned, it was ready. Good tackle actually by Richard Gay on Offiah, because from our position it looked all on a try. Offiah appeared to be in the open, but Richard Gay got to him, slowed him down. It's in 3 minutes for Wigan, Steve. I think in the Sheffield game for the first 20 minutes, Sheffield did very well against them, and then Wigan got a bit of a roll on. I hope that the same thing's not happening today. Nolan kicks off into the corner to Hampson, to McGinty. Tackled by Ross Walker. Andy Platt. Met by Jones. Shrugs Jones, tackles off. Shrugged McNamara's tackle off, but John Sharp puts him down. Skerritt. Jones gets there. The tackle by Mark Jones, helped by McNamara again. Dean Bell into the gap. Dean Bell tackled. Nolan and Walker get to him. To Crompton. Or straight to Richard Gay. Crompton's kicked actually quite poorly so far. Richard Gay half beats the Fire's tackle, then he put down by Sean Edwards. Gary Nolan. Oh, Metten. Bang down there by Platt. Gannett. Tackling seemed to be much harder. Wigan missed. Well, they got the nose in front. McNamara. Big over the top by McGinty, but McNamara holds on well. Ball back to Rob Nolan. Kicks into the... Oh, straight to... Oh, Hampson knocks it down, knocks it backwards, the referee rose. Gary Nolan up. Scott Gale makes the tackle. Offiah. Run off from Matson halfback. He does, running across field. Oh, big good tackle by Lee Jackson. Wigan didn't like that one. Very good tackle by Lee Jackson on Offiah then. Really stopped him dead. I think the referee not quite sure what happened there, Steve. The referee bringing Dannett out. Maybe it's in the trip. It seems to get wrong-footed by Kelvin Skerritt. He brings Skerritt over. Right. Making it. Wigan are making a substitution. Stoop for Cassidy. There's a penalty. It is a penalty. I think it's going to be a... No, it's a scrum down. The Hull's ball. Dean Bell doesn't like it, throws the ball down. Sean Edwards has a go at Rob Nolan, just no need for it. Hull waited to make a substitution. Putting Busby on. I think it's a blood bin. I think Russ has got a cut near his eye. Putting Dean Busby on. Rob Nolan gets the ball to Gale, to it, Ian Stevens, half into a gap. Jones going up the blind side. Oh, good run by Jones. A good tackle by Larden and Panaper. Jackson to Dannett, Dannett into a gap. Good 10-yard run by Dannett. Jackson again, Jackson running off. Put down by McGinty and Lucas. Scott Gale. Rob Nolan, dummies. One way, tried to pass the other, but nobody there. Gale, big bomb. Very good run to a Fire's wing. Oh, a Fire took it very well indeed, Steve. Under a lot of pressure from Paul Eastwood and Paul Eastwood. Hampson makes a valuable 5-6 yards for Wigan. Jason Robinson acting halfback. Gives it to Skerritt. John Sharp. McNamara putting down. Jason Robinson again acting halfback. Oh, Larden thought he was going to pass then. Dean Bell runs off. Put down by Busby. Good tackle by Busby. Crompton kicks down to Gay. Manages to turn him this time. Gay tries to take Stoop on the outside to Mighty. Gets his pass in. Mighty does well there to get his head out the road of the second tackle from McGinty. Stevens. Nice little sidestep by Stevens. Doesn't manage to get away though. It's a few yards. Gives the forwards chance to get back. John Sharp. Russ Walker's back on for Dean Busby. Steve McNamara. Working very hard, Steve McNamara. Hadn't made any clean breaks, but certainly took the ball up a lot. Back to Nolan. A kick into the corner again. Oh, it's a bit straight, it's straight to Hampson. Tries to take Gary Nolan on the outside, but a good tackle by Gary Nolan. A Fire. Jones, penalty against Jones for offside. Jones is making a substitution, bringing Jones off, putting Dean Busby on. Oh, big kick by Larden. Good 50-yard kick.
So we're going again to restart. Robinson, who's now moved into hooker since Cassidy went off. This is Stoop, the Namibian, who's on the field. Robinson acting half again. Here comes Lucas. 10 yards only from the whole line. Robinson from acting half-back. My goodness, is an elusive customer. A Fire at acting half. Edwards finds Platt. That's good defence by Hull, but a quick play of the ball. And Hull have it. Platt in trying to go for the quick play of the ball there. Actually shoveled it out sideways, and Richard Gay was perfectly within his rights to come in and take it.
Yeah, if the referee hadn't said play on, Steve, I think he was justified in penalising Platt because he never regained his feet before he played the ball. Well, John Sharp loses the ball. Well, the referee said it shouted held, so it's a scrum down. And it's Wigan's head and ball.
Well, a very similar position from which the last try came, so wonder what Wigan are going to play this time. Stoop is on the wing though now because young Robinson has gone into hooker, and Wigan certainly seem to be stacking the left rather than the right this time. Jones coming off, Busby on. This is a full substitution, not a blood bin one. Crompton has the ball, knocks on at the base of the scrum.
Bad mistake, that was under no pressure at all.
Nolan wins good scrum ball for Hull. Gay, and they run it out. Tackled by Edwards and Lydon on the 20-metre line. Gary Nolan from acting halfback, 2 or 3 yards. Well, this is why Wigan are so strong. It's very difficult for sides to take the ball away. That's good scampered 5 or 6 yards by Lee Jackson. Gale now switches to John Sharp. Out to Busby. And Dean Busby driving forward. McNamara again. Brian Holwell commented earlier, getting through a tremendous amount of work, not only taking the ball up, but he's done a lot of tackling, especially from the marker position. This time the kick from Gale, collected by Hampson. Got a bit of room to move in, Steve Hampson. Takes on Stevens. Stevens is up to the task, assisted by Mighty. Wigan will play it some 30 yards away. Dean Bell. Mighty chases across to make the tackle. Stoop. Sidestepping. A few yards forward. Robinson out to Crompton. Skerrett on the drop-off. Skerrett running across the field, looking to open up space. Finds a bit of room for Stoop. Goes off the tackle of Stevens, but taken by Lee Jackson. Hunapper. Out to Crompton. Short ball to McGinty coming on the burst. Last tackle against Wigan there. 35 yards away. Crompton acting halfback. Edwards will direct the kick. Drills it behind Mighty and looks for touch and finds it. Some 11 yards away from the whole line. Kelvin Skerrett, Brian Holwell, is very good, rough, hard, tough forward, but he's got pretty good ball skills, hasn't he?
He did well then. Ran very quickly down the strike outside, got outside his man. Nolan gets it to Mighty. Richard Gate acting halfback to Dean Busby. John Sharp back up the ruck area, gets it out to Gale, to Nolan, to Gary Nolan. Bang down there by Larden and Bell. Paul Eastwood. Ooh, didn't see Gary Nolan is outside. If he could have got the ball away, there was something on. Andy Dannett charges at the Wigan defence, put down by McGinty and Lucas. Ball back to Nolan. But again, it's a bit too straight to Hampson. Takes it. Oh, Gary Nolan. Oh, out to a fire. Oh, he's hurt his hamstring there, I think. Oh, Robbie got the ball out to Robinson. Can they stop him? Oh, they do. What a good tackle by Rob Nolan. The referee, I think, has stopped play to give a free kick to Wigan for Edwards being pulled back by one of the Hull defenders. It seemed that Fire's in quite a lot of pain on down the left-hand side there. He's gone off the field of play. It seemed it was the way he checked after he got outside his man, it seemed that it was a hamstring injury.
Once again, a very dangerous run by Robinson.
Yeah, very dangerous. Again, he slipped gear, but fortunately Rob Nolan covered back brilliantly to pull him down. Very good. The way he beats the first defender, Steve, excellent. And he's got the versatility. You don't get many people coming into the first team playing on the wing when you're really a half-back and then slip to hooker after half an hour. Tremendous prospects. Lydon. Looks good, is good. From centre by Lydon. We've been playing, 38 minutes? And it's Wigan 9, Hull 2. Rob Nolan to kick off. Again, I think Rob Nolan's had a very good game at scrum half. He's got his kicks away, he's got the ball away well from the base of the scrum, he's played with confidence. Hampson underneath the kick, gets it to McGinty. Oh, put down by Sharp and Stevens, put down by Stevens and Gale, bumps John Sharp off there. Side step by Bell, but Dannett stays with him and Gale helps out. Andy Platt. Ooh, nearly lost the ball there. Held on well. Robinson, Crompton, Skerritt. Oh, I've got tackling there by Dannett and Jackson. Lucas drives up the middle. Well put down, 5th tackle. We're at 40 minutes on the clock. High kick from Lydon. That's the first high kick. I think that'll go dead though. And it does, or it will. Oh, it doesn't. Bounces back. All right, Richard Gay. Night, good run by Gay. Oh, not a very there by Eastwood. Well taken by Gary Nolan. Makes another valuable 15 yards. Busby. To Jackson. To Stevens. Nice enterprising play by Hull. Stephen looks like he's taking a bit of a knock there. Andy Dannett. Oh, loses the ball. But then I thought Lucas lost it, but the referee saw it differently. Playing injury time now in this first half. McGinty to Hampson. Good tackle there by Andrew Mighty. Crompton. For Platt. Good tackle there, Sharp and Jackson. Crompton again. Oh, nearly an interception by Rob Nolan. Gives Wigan another 6 tackles though. It's Lydon. Jackson puts him down. Dean Bell. Again Jackson makes the tackle. Crompton. Oh, gets it. Oh! Wigan lose the ball there. He says knock on. Lee Jackson's in. Hard to see where. Some good defence there by Lee Jackson. Certainly couldn't afford for him to go off. Tackled very well. Nolan to feed. Hull get the ball. Nolan comes away from the scrum. Russ Walker. Oh, well chopped down there by Wigan defence. To Dannett. Good charging run by Andy Dannett. Jackson. Gale. Gay. Gary Nolan. Nice bit of passing there by the Hull backs. Steve McNamara takes it up again. Oh, good run by Steve McNamara. There's a half time. Half time. Wigan 9, Hull 2.
Well, the players leaving and Hull can be very proud of that first half effort. Very strong in defence. In the first 20 minutes had a lot of the territorial advantage. 2 early Eastwood penalties went amiss, but then Eastwood opened the scoring after 20 minutes with a penalty, 2-0, and then within a minute or two Wigan had come back with that very good individual try from Jason Robinson. Lydon goal, then a fire drop goal, Lydon penalty 2 minutes from the break. But Brian, I think Roy Simmons can be fairly proud of his boys. They're really competing very, very well.
Yeah, they are competing well. They're very well organised, they defended well, and the limited chance of, I suppose, the ball has got to the backs. We've looked quite enterprising, Steve. We've backed up, we're looking to pass the ball, put people into the gaps. I've been quite impressed. You know, given that we've got Scott Gale making his debut, somebody new in the team, we look quite good. It seems to me he's been linked very well with Rob Nolan. And I think Gary Nolan's had a particularly strong game in the centre, I think, for Hull. But, yeah, Wigan, just that one chance, one try by Jason Robinson. I remember when this lad signed from amateur rugby, it was rumoured that just about every professional club was after him. Now we get lots of amateurs like this every season who think they're going to, you know, people consider him the next star. But I'll be very, very, very surprised if this boy does not become an international within a very short time. He's got such strength, balance, pace. He seems to have everything. And I said that he was certainly sound as a halfback. He comes in on the wing and he spent the last 10 minutes, quarter of an hour at Tucker and looked perfectly at home. Quite a good footballer, knows what he's doing, he tackles quite well, and he's got phenomenal pace and balance and the ability to beat the first tackler. Very promising debut indeed. And I said, really, he's been the difference. His 6 points under the post has been the difference between the teams.
So there we are, Central Park relaxing in the half-time break. Wigan 9, Hull 2. We'll be back. Rolling in. So both sides back. Second half, and Martin Afire has not returned, so that hamstring tweak or whatever it was is obviously severe enough to keep him off. And Wigan leading 9 points to 2. We think Hull probably have got the advantage of the wind in the second half. No changes, I think, on the Hull side. And for Wigan, Mike Forshaw, I see, is on the field. Panepa has come onto the wing. Forshaw's gone into the forwards. Russ Walker takes the ball from the kickoff and makes the 20-metre line. Jackson acting halfback. John Sharp. Met by Crompton and Skerritt. Dannett. Busby. Will play it 31 metres out from his own line. McNamara again makes a little break, Steve. Makes the halfway line. Good run again by McNamara. Brian Holwell was commenting during the half-time interval. Thought Steve McNamara was just about Hull's outstanding player. Outstanding forward in the first half. That's a good kick. Finds touch deep inside the Wigan 10-metre area. And so that was a good sequence of plays on the first set of the second half, Brian.
Yeah, it was a good kick. I think it did show the strength of the wind in Hull's favour, Steve. So Wigan have regrouped. Crompton's still at... they've obviously brought Panepa out on his left wing. They've left the young lad Robinson as hooker. And Panepa comes off the wing, next 5 yards for Wigan. Andy Platt. Oh, run, beats Russ Walker's tackle. Fortunately, doesn't beat Busby. Hurt his leg, I think. Dean Bell. Good tackle there by Ian Stevens. Forshaw, Crompton, McGinty. Side steps, but Andy Dannett bangs him down. Sean Edwards kicks. Turns Richard Gay. Okay, brings it out. Stopped by Lardland Skerritt. Gary Nolan. It's another couple of yards. Put down by Andy Platt. Walker. Oh, meets Platt. Gets the ball away to Jackson. Stevens to Mighty. But still comes off the wing and puts Mighty down before he can get into his stride. Walker. Wigan appealing there for obstruction by Lee Jackson. Rob Nolan. Kick. Oh, straight to well taken by Steve Hampson. Oh, banged down by Gary Nolan and Paul Eastwood. Been impressed with Gary Nolan's tackling in the first half. Gary makes another tackle. Crompton, Forshaw. Oh, easily bottled up there by Busby and McNamara. Jason Robinson takes off. Really there, because Wigan weren't very organised. Crompton runs off from acting halfback. Busby gets in, but gets the ball to McGinty. Oh, but a good covering tackle there by Rob Nolan. Sean Edwards backing up McGinty there. There was trouble there if the ball got away. Crompton over the top, Edwards following it up. Gary Nolan collects it very well indeed. Richard Gate put down by Forshaw. Paul Eastwood running off. Paul Eastwood still going, gets rid of the ball to Scott Gale. Scott Gale takes them on, finds a gap. So it, Ian Stevens. An enterprising play by Hull there. Gale again. Takes them on. Offside against Wigan. Two nice little breaks there by Gale, Steve. Looks very lively.
All came from a bit of adventure by Paul Eastwood, who went across the field and saw that the pass was on to Gale, and he found a bit of room to make the break.
Cassidy coming on for Skerritt, who's holding his ribs as he comes across the field.
I wonder if it's an asthma attack, Brian. That's a problem that Kelvin Skerritt has. He does look a little distressed. Cassidy returning. It will probably tighten up Wigan's organisation at the ruck, because with Robinson there, once or twice they've looked a little bit disorganised. He obviously hasn't played there a lot. And they've got their dummy half player on again. Mighty gets within 30 metres of the Wigan line. A ball out to McNamara. Steve McNamara over the 20-metre line. Now what can Hull put on? Nolan. Inside to Busby. Come to the right with John Sharp. But he's wrapped up. Hull working to the right. Are we going to see the ball switch back to the left? Gale. Nice ball inside to Walker. Back around the chest as the referee. Last tackle against Wigan, against Hull. Through by Nolan. Full danger here, but he's collected nicely by Stoop. Stoop finds a bit of space. Still going. Up to 20 metres.
It was a dangerous kick, but Stoop did very well. Back to Panaper. Tackled by Jackson and Walker. Ian Lucas. Tackled by Andy Dannett there. Andy Platt. Ball to McGinty. Well read there by Rob Nolan. Referees asking his touchers what happened. His touchers said Nolan pulled the ball out. So it's a penalty to Wigan. Sean Edwards taps, Hull got the back to the play. Lydon. Forshaw. Good tackle by Gary Nolan again. Cassidy. Crompton, McGinty again. Inside ball to Lucas, but Hull read it well. Crompton misses out Platt. Dean Bell. Good tackling by Hull. Platt again. Bumps Scott Gale off. And gets the ball outside to Stoke, but Mighty makes a very important tackle there. Looked very, very strong, Andy Platt. Crompton running across the field. Long to Forshaw in a gap. What a tackle by Gary Nolan. Brilliant tackle.
Well, that's the tackle of the game from point of view. That was a lovely play. It's Crompton taking the ball right up to the line and across it, looking to open the gap up. Dean Busby gets over the 20-metre line. Plenty of enthusiasm from Dean Busby. Gary Nolan, what a tackle that was. Has to take it himself there, Nolan. No runners coming. Eastwood from acting half-back. Again across. McNamara. Sharp. Stevens arrives just too late. Last tackle against Hull. Gale gets the kick in. Oh, that looks a great kick. Going to go, roll, touching goal. That's unlucky. Well, that narrow margin of error between a brilliant kick and one that allows Wigan to restart on the 20-metre line.
We'll make another substitution. We're bringing young Craig O'Donnell on for Ian Stevens. Referee stops the clock. Stevens seems to be carrying a leg injury. A real test of young Craig O'Donnell in a game like this, but he played very well when he came on against Bradford Northern last week. Very sure in his defence. Tackle by Dannett. Lucas. Dean Bell. Good tackle. Dannett in again. Dannett's had a very good game for me, both on attack and defence. McGinty runs strongly, right at Rob Nolan, who puts him down with Scott Gale's help. Crompton. Platt. Lee Jackson puts him down with McNamara. Fifth tackle. Sean Edwards kicks into the corner. Oh, well taken by Richard Gay. Runs out well, Gay. Beat Robinson tackle but falls to Cassidy. Dean Busby. Who's that shown plenty of penetration, Steve, since he's come on. He's also got the ability with that side step to half beat the first defender. John Sharp. Lee Jackson, Gary Nolan. Nothing on there. Andy Dannett. Andy Dannett. Oh, good ball by Andy Dannett. McNamara. Craig O'Donnell. Nice pass to the play by Hull. Rob Nolan. Running. Richard Gay. Lee Jackson. Lee Jackson. Scott Gale. Lee Jackson. Oh, Bell gets back well. Oh, last tackle. Oh, how unfortunate. Excellent passage of play by Hull. Really enterprising stuff, Steve.
Well, Andrew Mighty, I think he thought he was all on the score there, but Dean Bell was coming back very, very quickly to stop him. Great bit of work at the middle, and intelligent play by Rob Nolan in dummying the kick on the sixth tackle. Hull back in possession. Walker has it inside the Wigan 20-metre area. O'Donnell finds McNamara. McNamara shakes off a tackle, he's within 10. Lee Jackson, Rob Nolan, Nolan goes himself, 4 yards away. Busby does well to take the ball. Ball out to Richard Gay. Chance here in the corner for Eastwood, but he bombs it. Drops the ball. Our headlines, Paul Eastwood. Half a chance really in the corner, Brian.
Yeah, it was. I think maybe the ball was just a bit too much in front of him, but it was a chance. But Hull are playing very well. I saw John Sharp, and off he's coming off. He just had a treatment. Now he's staying on, so he's got a bit of shoulder trouble. Panaper. Put down by Scott Gale. Dean Bell to Edwards, standing still, running across field. Oh, well wrapped up there by Eastwood and Jackson. Andy Platt, good tackle by Dean Busby. In very quickly before Platt had a chance to move. And Andy, oh, good defence by Hull, moving up quickly. Wigan, a little bit of panic. Ian Lucas knocks on. Andy Dannett's having a storm, Steve. Really is getting some tackling in. In fact, Hull's pack today has been very, very impressive. Rob Nolan feeds, Hull's ball. Scott Gale, Nolan, dummies, goes. Oh, Richard Gay, little dummy gets away from his man. Pulled on from behind by Larden. Andy Dannett charging for the line. Richard Gay got injured in the last tackle. Russ Walker. To Lee Jackson. To Busby. To Paul Eastwood. Oh, bang down by Paniper. Good high tackle by Paniper. Nothing wrong with that. Richard Gay for the line. Ooh. A lot of pressure here from Hull. Rob Nolan. Inside to Steve McNamara. Must be over. Gary Nolan, what a good try! Great pass. A lot of 5 minutes good pressure from Hull there. Steve McNamara stood long enough up in the tackle. Gary Nolan came in on his right, took the ball, just went over. Just reward for a lot of good work by I've quite liked the look of Scott Gill, Steve. He's got involved and you know, he's done some really good things, hasn't he? He seems to have time to play his game. Paul Eastwood then. Not a difficult kick, a very important one though. And it's there. So after a quarter an hour of the second half, it's Wigan 9, Hull 8. A tremendous fight back by Hull.
Well, I think I sense that it could be on here. We're going to look a little rocky in the last few minutes. We know how professional they are. I'm sure they'll settle down, but what a great period of pressure by Hull, culminating in that fine Gary Nolan try. Hampson kicks off. Taken by the try scorer, Gary Nolan. Brings the ball back up to the 20-metre line. Eastwood from acting halfback. It's into the middle of the field. Now Dannett bumping off players.
Just bumped McGinty off then.
McNamara.
Boy runs into Andy Platt.
Good tackle by Platt. Jackson acting halfback. Andy Dannett's hurt. Nolan will kick downfield. Hampson takes this one fairly comfortably. Oh, and it's a good tackle again by Busby, assisted by Gary Nolan. And it looks like a penalty against Hampson for use of the elbow on Dean Busby, so that's bad play by Hampson. Bad discipline, gives Hull good field position again. Eastwood's going to have a shot at goal. Now this of course would, were he successful, would put Hull ahead. So it's some 37 yards, about 10 yards in from the right hand touchline. We know Paul Eastwood perfectly capable of kicking this. A vital kick, Brian.
Absolutely, and I went back against him, Steve. It's a more difficult kick, but well within Paul Eastwood's range and ability.
That's drifting away. Good effort by Paul Eastwood, but just fades to the left of the post. The Wigan will drop out from the 20-metre line.
They just didn't pull the ball in at all. It went straight. But nonetheless, Hull should get the ball from the restart. Lydon's going to drop kick, probably go a long way down. Excellent kick of Lydon. To Russ Walker. Charges back. Tackled by Sean Robinson. Dean Busby pushes off. Oh, he doesn't quite push off Robinson. He's done well since he's been on, Dean Busby. Andy Dannett. Good run by Dannett. John Sharp. Gale finds Busby again. Gale again. Nolan. Oh, charge down Andy Platt against Russ Walker. But Scott Gale should beat them both, and he does. Good chase back by Gale. Gary Nolan to O'Donnell. Again, enterprising play by Hull, trying to move the ball first time. Mighty. Makes another 3 or 4 yards. Dannett. Good spirited play by Hull. To Nolan again. Kicks past Hampson. Might be too long. No, it stops just in the in-goal area. Hampson's got Paniper with him, doesn't use it. Another good tackle by Gary Nolan. Tackle there by Dannett. Stoop. Again Gary Nolan makes sure of him. Forshaw. Sean Edwards nearly made a gap there for Forshaw. I think he'd be better off sticking actually, Sean Edwards there, because he'd wrong-footed the whole attackers. Picked over by Lydon to Richard Gay. Collects the ball. Dummy's mighty, but Dean Bell don't bat the dummy. Mighty. Strong run by Mighty. Steve McNamara runs at Lucas. Andy Dannett. We've got John Morney in the box next to us, getting quite irate with the Wigan players. Oh, mistake! Lydon. Oh, I think if Lydon had kicked that on, there was a try beckoning. Edwards, Crompton, Cassidy. Now Wigan, unfortunately for Hull, were a bit shallow then. Oh, knock on in their eagerness. That was a let off for Hull. But really, at the moment, Steve, Hull are controlling the ball well. It's only, you know, a mistake we just made where we're at all vulnerable, because we're holding the ordinary Wigan attacks with ease at the moment. Hope I'm not speaking too soon.
Absolutely, and I think that mistake by the young hooker there was a result of the pressure Wigan feel themselves under. They saw an opening there and were too rushed in trying to take it. Steve McNamara attending to his footwear. There's a little break in play. "17 minutes to go. Hull trail by 1 point, 9-8 here at Central Park. One try each. And Hull are more than holding their own against the current Challenge Cup, League Championship, World Club Challenge, Premiership holders. Dannett. What a fine game Andy Dannett's having. Lee Jackson acting halfback. Brings McNamara, he's had an excellent game as well. That's a good tackle by Cassidy down low. This is the last tackle. Hull 10 yards short of the halfway. Nolan finds Hampson with the kick. And he gives it to Panipa to run it back. And he's tackled 30 yards from his own line. John Sharp clutching his chest. It's in a bit of trouble, I think. Panipa plays the ball to himself and he gets within 9 yards of halfway. John Sharp certainly looks in trouble. McGinty, that's a good tackle. Gale and O'Donnell. Robinson, Edwards, Bell. Crompton, chip over the top. Nolan's aware of it. Good play by Rob Nolan.
Both the Nolans have been very well together again, Steve, but very safe. Richard Gay. Ball to Eastwood.
Eastwood with a bit of space here. Coming inside, Paul Eastwood. Out to Richard Gay. He's got O'Donnell with him. He's got Hampson to beat. Hampson makes the tackle. 25 yards away, Hull. O'Donnell to Busby. Looks as if Edwards is offside. O'Donnell still going. 20 yards away now. McNamara tries the pass, which isn't really on there in the tackle, and Wigan come up with possession. Meanwhile, Paul Eastwood is injured on halfway. McGinty rejoining the action. Paul Eastwood. Bell for Wigan. Stoop is attacking halfback. He runs from there. Makes the 30-metre line, tackle by Walker and Nolan. Lucas, good run by the prop, 10 yards from halfway. Edwards, out to Hampson, Hampson kicks through, that's a good kick. Lee Jackson's there though, well gathered Lee Jackson. Perfect technique in that. Andrew Mighty from acting halfback. Done well from there, taking pressure off the forwards, both wingers have. This time Busby. Busby stepping, good ball away to O'Donnell, but he loses it. Really before the tackle was made. Good play by Dean Busby though, Wigan in possession, foreshore. Almost back up to halfway. Crompton finds Platt. Edwards back to Robinson. To Hull's defence, holding firm at the moment. McGinty. Dana comes across, tries to make the tackle, doesn't make it, but he's picked up by Sharp. Last tackle against Wigan. John Sharp trying to put a bit of pressure on Lydon. Lydon knocks on. That'll be the
Long ball, Rob Nolan. Physio's been across to John, he says he's alright. I'm sure he isn't. Oh, nice little half break again. Very impressed with Dean Busby. Very quick on his feet, Dean. Lee Jackson from action halfback. Another 5 yards. McNamara to Walker. Scale, a little chip over. Nice one. Oh, well taken by Hampson. Hampson's away. Gary Nolan will get across to him, so will Scott Gale. Great tackle by Scott Gale. Showed all his experience there, did Hampson. Dean Bell on the blind. Oh, good tackle by Andrew Mighty. Wigan have got a good line. Oh, Platt knocks on. And Lee Jackson recovers the ball. Oh, another blob by Wigan. John Mooney's nearly knocking down the dividing partition between these two commentary points and his frustration. Good run by Busby there. Russ Walker. Yeah, Sharp is coming off now, I think. I think they'll probably bring Mark Jones back. John Sharp will have to come off. Yeah, Mark Jones is coming back. Andy Dannett inside. Oh, this another mistake by Wigan. And Rob Nolan picks it up, another 6 tackles. Gary Nolan, acting halfback. Lee Jackson, Hull a little bit flat, there's nothing on. I think Hull are tired of Wigan, tired as we're coming to the last 10 minutes or so of the game. Jones. Oh, nice run by Jones, fresh pair of legs. Steve McNamara. Dummies to drop off Dean Busby. I think Jones is hurt his wrist in that first drive. He's holding his wrist now. Rob Nolan, kick. Oh, good kick by Nolan, good kick by Nolan. Oh, O'Donnell score! What a try! What a try by Craig O'Donnell. Great thinking there by Rob Nolan. Perfect kick. This time for one Hampson, didn't collect it. Nolan did, held in the tackle, slipped the ball. Well, Meater O'Donnell held on, just put inside, beat the despairing Wigan defence. Well, what a last 10 minutes we've got, Steve.
Well, what a place to score your first try for the first team. Craig O'Donnell. Put it into space, collected well, kept his head and found O'Donnell a very willing recipient outside him.
Paul Eastwood. Mark Jones has had treatment for, it says had a knock on a wrist that's been previously bandaged. Must get this one. And he does! The black and white arms shoot in the air. So it's replayed 31 minutes of the second half. And Hull with a 5-point lead. 14-9. Just what? According to the Wigan clock, there's 9 minutes to hang on. I don't think that includes injury time. I think we've had a little bit in this half. Hampson kicks low. Fielded by Gary Nolan. To Jones. Jones half breaks Robinson's tackle. Struggling to get to his feet. Busby. Ten minutes to play out. McNamara. Run by Andy Dannett. Back to Scott Gale. Gale kicks between Panapa and Hampson. Not good. Kick. Going too strong. No, it isn't. Stops in the in goal. Great kick by Gale. Panapa. Put down by O'Donnell and Rob Nolan. Hampson. Back to 6 again. Hull kick through that last play of the ball. Forshaw. Oh, good tackle by Gary Nolan. Been very, very impressed with Gary Nolan. Very impressed. Lucas. Again, Busby tackles. Sean Edwards misses out Platt. Finds Cassidy. He's well wrapped up. Just got to keep the discipline, keep the concentration. Sean Edwards kicks over. Rob Nolan's there, feels it, and receives a bang from. Well, I could see Sean Edwards lash out there, Stephen, if the referee couldn't. Jones six it up with a valuable 3 yards for Hull. Got a token on the field. Scott Gale encouraging them on, edging them all. Good Lee Jackson to Dannett, to Jones. Took it standing still. Tillman another 3 yards. Two very tired teams out there. McNamara. Platt comes over the top, finishes him off. I think Steve felt that one. Gale kicks. Stoop beats his man. Stoop beats another man. Oh, Stoop never passed. He should have done there, I think. Steve Hull at 6s and 7s. Very dangerous, very elusive. This Namibian.
That's a good run by Stoop, but Wigan, Dean Bell looking good on the outside, gets the ball away to Hampson. Well, he's tackled by O'Donnell and Mighty. We're into the last 6 minutes. Can Hull hang on? McGinty, short of halfway. Counting through every tackle and every play now. Forshaw. Good tackle, Andy Dannett down low. That's 4 of the 6 gone. Crompton, Edwards, Stoop, the outside. Oh, beats the tackle of Gary Nolan. Tackled by Rob Nolan coming across. Last tackle against Wigan. Crompton, the bomb. Oh, Lee Jackson knocks on. Back to Wigan, 6 tackles. Oh, this is a crucial phase now. Robinson, Edwards, Forshaw. Lucas into the Hull 20-metre area. Robinson acting halfback. Good tackle, Paul Eastwood. Lydon, Crompton, the long ball to Edwards. Going for the ball onto the wing for Hampson. Hampson's going for the corner, and he's over in the corner. Oh, that's a good Wigan try. They worked that brilliantly, and just enough room for Steve Hampson to score in the corner. And it could well now all depend on Joe Lydon's goal kick from the touchline, Brian.
Yeah, just enough room there for Hampson to get outside Andrew Mighty and score just. He's made the angle quite narrow actually, but it is a strong wind.
He has struck the ball very well, but this is a big pressure kick.
And he is an international, so I wouldn't think he'd have many nerves, Steve, but fingers crossed. He's missed it. Just 3 minutes then for Hull to hold out.
3 minutes, 1 point the difference. What a Stonesborough Championship match we've got here. Well, regardless of the result, Brian, if anybody wanted judgment on Hull's start to the season, 80-1 the bookmakers made Hull for the Stonesborough Championship, and here they are at Central Park against the 3 times champions Wigan, leading by 1 point. 2 minutes to go. There'll be a little bit of injury time. Rob Nolan to kick off. Taken by McGinty behind his own line. Tackled well, that's a good chase by Hull. Good tackle by Scott Gale. 4 short, 2 of the 6 gone. Robinson to Platt. 3 gone. Edwards. Long ball out to Panaper. Stewart knocks on. Hull ball. Rob Nolan. Got to be safety first from Hull now. Gale is going to acting halfback, calling on all his Winfield Cup experience here. Jones. Inside the 30 metres, we're 1 minute away, plus injury time. Mighty from acting halfback. Jackson is at acting half. Dannett. Dannett charges at the Wigan defence, makes good yardage. Andy Dannett slow to his feet. Short side play. McNamara, 10 yards away, last tackle. Gale. Gale kicks through. And that's a good kick, it's worked well. Platt is tackled on his own line. Stoop from acting halfback. We've seen this man make a couple of good runs. That's a good tackle by Gale. Robinson tackled just over the 20 metres line. Cassidy from acting halfback. We're willing those seconds on. Edwards. Crompton, Wigan move it wide. Crompton into a gap. Lydon, a bit of space for Joe Lydon. Inside to Panaper. Panaper gets the ball away to Stoop. Jason Robinson has won the Wigan Man of the Match award. We're into injury time. Wigan are 40 yards away. Crompton goes for the midfield bomb. It's a good one. Picked up by McNamara.
Important and small to get that one.
Walker from acting halfback. We're into injury time, let me repeat. Hull on the verge of a sensational victory. Jones. It's got to be safety first. There's the hooter! Oh my goodness, what a win! And well may those Hull players celebrate. Mark Jones kicks the ball over the stand. A famous victory here at Wigan. Undefeated here at Central Park for a long, long time. Sean Edwards seems to have taken it badly. He's in a contretemps with Russ Walker. Well, that's rather poor to see such a scene at the end. But Hull have come away with a terrific victory. 14 points to 13. Well, Smiles as wide as Lancashire on those Hull faces. Wigan trip up disconsolately. Ryan, a good first half performance, but Hull down 9 points to 2. What can you say about the second half performance?
Just absolutely marvellous, and the Hull players are going over to where the Hull supporters are massed. So we see a tremendous and very well deserved best to the close. Tremendous win. What a win. What a win, Steve. I was shocked, but not altogether surprised by Sean Edwards' petulant display of bad temper at the end, where I think Russ Walker just went across to shake his hand. Pretty disgraceful, actually, but nonetheless takes none of the glitter from a wonderful win. Planned for, work for. Everybody. I mean, I think this is a real thing about it, Steve. Everybody was tremendous on the Hull side. A team without a weakness. When you read the programme and you saw the Wigan stars, particularly in the three-quarter line, I don't think on the way here we thought we could live with them. But we did live with them. We beat them. And when, two of our unsung heroes, really, Gary Nolan and Craig O'Donnell, scored those two important tries in the second half. Really dream games for them. Brilliant game. Well, can we keep it up? It's Rovers next week in the Yorkshire Cup. And we signed Fox. Where's he going to play?
Well, if Derek Fox is in any doubt about which club he should be going to, he should see, not only will he see this result, he should look at this video for the performance. Well, masterful performance. What I thought was particularly impressive, Brian, it's very hard to distance ourselves and look at it objectively, but when Wigan did take that 7-point lead, Hull didn't panic at all. They kept to their pattern, played a very good, strong defensive game, very few lapses there, an excellent kicking game of Rob Nolan and then Scott Gale, particularly in the second half, drilling Wigan back. The second half performance was just masterful.
Wonderful. In fact, you just mentioned Nolan and Gale. I thought we had the edge at Wigan at half-back today. Sean Edwards was occasionally dangerous, particularly late on when he took responsibility of trying to break the line. But I thought Crompton had a poor game. Didn't make a break. And his kicking was pretty ineffective. Rob Nolan, again, control, plenty of time to do things. I didn't say Rob make a mistake. And Scott Gale, just off the plane from Australia, very, very good. Good generalship from Gale. But, as I said, a brilliant all-round team performance. I was singling out Steve McNamara. He had a good game, but Andy Dannett, the last 20 minutes was absolutely tremendous. When other people, were nearly out on the feet, Andy Dannett, marvellous. I say McNamara, Dannett, Jackson, all of them. Russ Walker, good captain's game. John Sharp played on, even though he was badly injured. Dean Busby came on, made yards. Every one of them. Wonderful performance by Hull. Wonderful performance. And all through it, what you didn't see, what you couldn't hear, was John Money. We've just got a kind of a hardboard partition between us and where John Money and his statsmen sit. And John Money is just leaving the pitch now, actually. Well, he's screaming. The last 20 minutes he was really screaming. And really, I can understand his frustration. But Wigan tried everything, but Hull were just too good. Well-earned win. So
Breaths back after that absolutely monumental Hull performance, and the same I'm sure can be said of Steve Watson, who's kindly come down here to be with us. Steve, a chairman's lot is a difficult one at times, but wins like this must make it all worthwhile.
That's exactly true, it does. It really makes it worthwhile. I thought the lads today put a tremendous performance up, and I'm not surprised we've won. I really aren't surprised we've won. I was talking to Royce last night, and he was confident that we were going to come here today and we were going to win. And when I got in the dressing room before the kick-off, the morale was terrific. All the lads believed in themselves. They honestly believed they were going to come here today and they were going to take the points back. And really, they've just done that. I think, it could have even been bigger. It really could. It could have been a bigger score. I thought we tackled Wigan out the game completely, really. There was one or two lapses in concentration and they got through. But the tackling and the team spirit and the effort today was terrific.
Well, even when Wigan went that 9-2 ahead at half-time, which was probably slightly against the run of play because we'd had goal-kicking chances and a lot of territorial advantage, but the side never panicked, and the second half performance was wonderful.
Well, the second half was absolutely fantastic. I mean, on two occasions Wigan made breaks down the flanks with kick-throughs, and Scott Gale, he saved two tries just with pace. He came back, he fell on the ball, it was absolutely tremendous. And he's put a different aspect into our game. He had a steady first half, where I thought he was sort of feeding himself into our ways and into our moves and one thing and another, and he sort of just watched things. And second half, he came into the game, and him and Rob Nolan together, they just clicked like that. And I really think if the lads keep this up, they're going to be a safe side.
Yeah, you understand they'll be very excited, Steve, at the prospects here now. It's well known the club has made a great offer for Derek Fox. I know you'd probably like to thank the supporters for their efforts, and that has been a great team effort throughout the club for this. How are we going to get him?
Well, that's still in the balance. The supporters have been absolutely fantastic. I mean, there is no way in this world we could have bought him without their backing, and they've enabled us to go in with a bid that that Featherstone have accepted. And it's really up to Derek now. Derek's ringing me this evening, and he'll have made up his mind, I hope, and we'll know by then. I can't give you a full answer at this stage exactly what is happening, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for the fans because, and I'm hopeful, for everybody that's contributed, because they deserve world-class players, and it's world-class players we want to bully that, and we're going to do everything else how to get in there.
You might be worried after today's performance, Steve, you might not get in the side.
Oh well, nobody's. What a position to be in. That would be very nice. We've got a Great Britain scrum half, and worrying whether he could get in the side. I'd like to be in that position with every position in the team, to be honest with you. Everybody. It's a good thing when they all have to work for the places, and it's just not there every week, and they know it's there. They've got to work for it. It makes everybody better. It makes a better spirit. It makes them all work harder, and it makes us feel better, and everybody else in the club. It's great. It's fantastic.
Roy Simmons is very early into his Hull FC career, but I know you think very highly of him. Just a word about how you found Royce so far.
Royce has got his ideas. He's a lot of good ideas, and when we went out to Australia to interview him, Royce really took our eye at that time. We knew he was the right bloke for Hull Football Club. It's early days yet, but I have no worries about Royce Simmons. Royce Simmons has come here to do a job. And it's like a lot of Australian coaches, he's going to do that job, and we're going to give him every assistance we can. The board and the club is going to give him every assistance we can, and we're giving him the chance, and I'm sure he'll not let us down.
Steve, many congratulations again. I'm sure you'll have a quiet little celebration tonight.
Yeah, I just might have just a quiet little celebration. I might even have a bigger one before midnight if we get that news as well.
Thanks a lot, Steve.
Thank you.
And now I'm joined by Craig O'Donnell, who's kindly come from the dressing room to talk to us. Craig, congratulations on the win, and what a first try for the club. If you play for Hull for 15 years, you're unlikely to score one as important as that.
I know, I don't know what to say really. I mean, the chance was there, and you have to take these chances, especially to score the winner at Central Park. It's a dream come true, really.
Absolutely. Take us through it. How did it come about, as you remember it?
Well, all I remember is Rob Nolan received the ball and decided to chip over, and what we had to do was support all kicks. So I just did my job, supported the kick. He got tackled, and I just called for the ball, and he passed it out. Stepped back inside and just made sure I put the ball down over the line.
Very modest about it. You had to score it. You had 2 men to beat, and you managed to just wriggle over.
Yeah, well, it was down to me really for the lads, the rest of the team. Dream come true. I can't believe it.
Yes, obviously you're greatly excited. I mean, you've now played 2 first-team matches as substitute. How are you finding the transition to First Division, first-team rugby?
Well, last week against Bradford, I didn't think it was that different. Then came on today. We didn't have time to get into the game. It was a case of having to get into it straight away. I thought I adapted very well. The pace is quite a bit faster, but I think I'm coping. Training hard, and it's improving me game performances each week.
So far, people I think have been very impressed by your defence, as you really haven't missed a tackle.
Well, I didn't have a lot of defence to do today. It was down to the forwards really. But when you have to tackle, you have to tackle, and you can't afford to miss them. Not a first division anyhow.
It's obviously a great team effort today, and will go down in history or so on. But who would you pick out if you were to pick a whole man of the match? Who would you go for?
Well, I don't know really. Great team performance, especially
one of the forwards maybe.
Pack, yeah, the mid-in roads. Andy Dannett, Russ Walker, good captain, leads by example. Johnny Sharp, everybody really. It was a good team performance.
Now you've just come from the dressing room. What's the atmosphere like in there, Craig?
The spirit's great. I mean, everybody's chuffed to get one here, and I don't know, just buzzing now. We think we've trained hard and it's paying off.
And what's Royce saying to the boys in there?
He doesn't really say much. He gives praise when praise is due and slaps you down when you need slapping down. He's just said we've worked hard for it and we deserved it, really.
It's important, isn't it, after this to enjoy the victory but to keep feet on the ground, because there's Rovers coming up next week in the Yorkshire Cup and then home to Warrington. 2 tough games to come. Yeah,
well, we've got one over Rovers already. We beat them in the pre-season friendly. It was important to get a win there, especially at Craven Park. They won't be looking forward to coming to Boulevard, but it's always a close game. Be looking forward to it.
Russ Walker to Lee Jackson to Busby to Paul Eastwood. Oh, bang down by Paniper. Good hard tackle by Paniper. Nothing wrong with that. Richard Gay for the line. Ooh. A lot of pressure here from Hull. Rob Nolan inside to Steve McNamara. Must be over. Gary Nolan, what a good try. Great pass. A lot of 5 minutes, good pressure from Hull there. I think Jones has hurt his wrist in that first drive. He's holding his wrist now. Rob Nolan, kick. Oh, good kick by Nolan, Oh, O'Donnell score! What a try! What a try by Craig O'Donnell. Great thinking there by Rob Nolan. Perfect kick. This time for once Hampson didn't collect it. Nolan did, held in the tackle, slipped a ball. Right, knee high to O'Donnell, who held on. Just cut inside, beat him.